this random website who can turn my face into AI. Oh, tell me how good my face looks. I have no idea. Just look at this, bro. Look, yeah, this right here, this right here. Dude, this actually confused me. Okay, stop.
So let's talk about your face. Specifically, we'll be looking at machine learning algorithms that try to judge your face.
Okay, hold on one second.
By giving access to your camera, you'll be able to experience these algorithms yourself.
I'm gonna give access.
But don't worry, everything will run locally in your own browser. No data is sent to the cloud in any way.
Okay.
At the end of the experience, you will be able to share some anonymous data with us if you want, but it's totally up to you.
I'm trying to show my camera, dude. Hold on. You guys can see me? I don't know why the camera over there is not connecting, but hold on, so. Okay, whatever. Where did it go? I don't know where he went, dude. Seriously. He said show your camera. 95% type. Okay. I'm trying to show my camera, but I don't know why it's connecting to this.
The first algorithm we'll look at is designed to judge the beauty or attractiveness of your face.
Okay.
We'll give you a score between 0 and 10.
Hold on. I didn't
Having some idea of how attractive you are can be very valuable.
Okay, hold on.
For example, dating services like Tinder use it to match people who are about equally attractive. Some social media companies, such as TikTok, are known to promote content from attractive people more. To make an algorithm like this, you need to train it using tens of thousands of example photos that each already have a beauty score. Rating all these photos is often done by students at universities.
Okay.
If you ask Chinese students to give their opinions, their cultural perceptions of beauty will transfer over into the algorithm, which might lead to unpredictable effects when it's used to judge people from other cultures. I wanted to show you an example of this, but I couldn't even get the algorithm to detect black people's faces properly.
Okay,
if you have a low score, it might just be because the judgment of these algorithms is so dependent on how they were trained. Of course, if you got a really high score, that's just because you are incredibly beautiful. Next, let's look at an algorithm that's designed to judge your age. And what you'll see here, as well as with many others, is that if you move your head around, you'll be able to influence the outcome quite a bit. Some stores use these algorithms to learn more about their visitors. They can also be used to guess who might be lying about your age on dating websites. If you happen to share your age bracket earlier, we can now figure out whether or not you are a liar. The following algorithm we'll take a look at tries to determine your gender. Here you can once again see that the country or culture in which an algorithm was constructed can have a big influence on how it will categorize and judge people. This algorithm would probably flip out at the gay pride.
Dude, like, this is just exposing a bunch of shit here, bro.
Our next algorithm on the menu tries to determine your body mass index, or BMI, from just looking at your face. To make an algorithm like this, you'll once again need thousands of photos of people that are tagged with their body mass index. In practice, I found that the required data is often simply scraped from the internet. For example, some researchers who work at Google took these pictures from online communities where people share their weight loss progress. A lot of these algorithms work by first measuring 7 proportions in your face. One of these is calculated by measuring the area above your eyes, which is why you can get a lower score by raising your eyebrows.
Raise my eyebrows. How about now?
By connecting to this website, you also shared your IP address, and that was used to guess where you are. Now that we have your gender, your age, your country of origin, and the BMI prediction, we can combine these and try to create a life expectancy prediction. These types of predictions are essentially created by stacking educated guesses on top of each other, which makes the result even more imprecise. However, that doesn't stop insurance agencies from purchasing these types of predictions, because to them it's better than nothing. Won't you come a little closer? Don't take this the wrong way, but you have a very unique face.
Thank you.
That's why, just like you have a fingerprint, you also have a face print. This is usually expressed in 128 numbers. This face print makes it possible to recognize you wherever you go. For example, Russian company FindFace offers a service where you can take a picture of a stranger and then it will try to find the social media profiles that belong to that person. Similarly, an American company called Clearview AI allows police officers to upload a photo and then it will show a list of all the web pages where it found the same person. You can now buy security cameras that have this capability
What the
built
hell is
in.
this kind of app,
For
bro? What the
example,
f-
in the United States, the pharmaceutical chain Rite Aid
But
used
this
these
feels
cameras
like
to
I'm
recognize
hacking
people
something,
who had
bro.
previously
Seriously, I'm actually
shoplifted
kind of
them.
nervous looking at this because I'm seeing
By the
all kinds
way,
of
you
numbers.
didn't actually need to get closer to the camera for this to work.
am getting
A small
close.
thumbnail is enough. I just want to see if you do it. I also have to admit something.
What?
While this website was loading, I secretly recorded your emotional reaction when the little puppy was shown. This was done using an algorithm that tries to determine
not
your
sad.
emotional
What
state
the f-
based on your facial expressions.
What
A company called HireVue offers online video interviewing tools.
this
They
actually
claim
kinda
to be
feels
able to
scary
find the
me.
best job applicants by analyzing their facial expressions, voice, and
Okay,
vocabulary.
these guys see my face in the well.
This practice has been
and
criticized
Google
for giving a lot of credence to algorithms,
It's
but at
not
the
me,
same
though,
time
right?
making it very hard to know what people are actually being judged on. As a bonus, for the last few minutes, your surfing behavior has also been recorded.
What is going on?
You may not realize it, but a lot of websites have little bits of code from companies such as Visual Website
Bro, what
Optimizer
the
and
fuck is
Hotjar
happening?
embedded into them.
That's
This makes it
crazy.
possible to record your mouse movements, as well as any text you may have entered into forms.
Bro,
These services can help improve how a website functions.
guys, like,
It also means a
exposing
large amount
everything.
of behavioral data is being collected by these third parties.
why?
As you probably realize, your data is increasingly collected and combined to create all kinds of predictions about you.
Yes, I know
By
that.
comparing your data to that of others, you can be placed in all kinds of categories. These profiles are not just used to show you better advertisements, but they are starting to impact all kinds of aspects of your life, ranging from getting cheap car loans or insurance to finding a job or even a date. While you can try to protect yourself from this tracking online, where, for example, you can delete your cookies, this is much harder when it comes to your face, which you can't really delete.
Yeah, I know that.
That's why this type of biometric tracking is much more inescapable and can feel much more constricting. As face recognition technology moves into our daily lives, it can create this subtle but pervasive feeling of being watched and judged all the time. We might feel more pressure to behave normally, which for an algorithm means being more average. That's why we have to protect our human right to privacy, which is essentially a right to be different.
Okay.
You could say that privacy is a right to be imperfect.
Dude, my privacy is
You've
absolutely.
been
So
quiet,
we
my
have to be
little
very
friend.
careful when implementing this
Hold
technology.
on, hold on.
As with all new innovations, it comes with great stories of how we can improve our lives in short term.
Okay.
But with biometric systems, we have to be
Okay,
very
let's speed this up
careful
a little bit, man.
and really think through what it could do to people and society in the long term if,
Okay.
bit by bit, we allow this surveillance culture to develop.
Okay. So is that it? Okay, so let's see what the score is. Oh God. Waiting 90%. Okay. Social 70. Billboard. What the hell? Age. What the hell is that? I'm not 17, dude. I'm 18. What the hell is this? Okay. Gender male. Okay, 75% male. What the hell does that mean? Hold on. BMW. What do you? I don't drive a BMW. What the hell is this? Okay. Oh, BMA. Okay. Hold on one second. Life expensive. Life expectancy. 81 years. 81. Okay. All right. Okay. What else? Clothes. Okay, I don't know. Hold on. Okay, so all these are yes. Okay. I'm just gonna click OK. All right. So I have no idea what it. Okay. You know what? This app was very interesting in a way. Dude, I don't know what the hell that app is. You guys can try it yourself. You guys probably seen what it says right there. Go try yourself because it is this absolutely crazy. I'm actually shocked of apps are actually doing this kind of stuff without us knowing, because here's the thing. Every time you go on website wipe, that website is actually tracking your data and probably taking a lot of information of you who you probably don't know about, especially your face. Yes. Be careful, people. Really be careful, dude, of what you go on apps and search up, bro. Seriously, because everybody sees it. Yeah. Be careful.